Good morning. There's the green light. Let's go post this link over on the website. The website is mammothgardens.com and at Mammoth Gardens, blah, 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 blah. At mammothgardens.com, you will find all of our sheet music and the weekly schedule and harmonica library and video archives and all kinds of delightful harmonica things. So take time to run over there and check it out. And then today we're going to be playing, well, we have our first of the week. I missed yesterday because I took my COVID shot and it beat me up pretty good. So today we're going to be doing our first of the week mini harmonica lesson. We have a new book out. And we'll talk about scales, play Kumbaya, Ode to Joy, Amazing Grace. We're going to work our diatonics to death. If there's time, we'll run through Chromatic Chromatic Scales, and Danny Boy. So that's what we'll be doing there. Let me update this, and let me make sure the link is working properly. And then we'll wait just a minute or two while everybody loads in. And if I scroll down here and I click this, it sends me over to harmonica class number 146. We're almost 150 harmonica classes this year. So, all right, diatonic chromatic harmonica class. All that was working fine. While everybody's loading in, let me click, put this over on Twitter, and then we will be ready to roll. https mammothgardens.com mammothgardens.com. All right. If I hit tweet, I don't know why that pulls up directly from the website. That's crazy. All right, it's the only place that does that. Oh, it must be pulling that photo from the very front page. Interesting. All right, I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know how in the heck Twitter knows things. I keep thinking maybe it just guesses, but it doesn't. All right. So let's see. It's 11:07. While everybody's loading in, most everybody who comes every day already has seen this a million times. So we'll run through the how to play slides, and then yeah, Marcia, we had lots of changes on the website. Well, I'll show you. We'll talk about a few of those. Let me go ahead and run through our how to play harmonica slides. So let me turn me off and turn the slides on. Come on. There we go. And then I come here and I need to go there. Oops, back up just a little bit right there. Whoops, keep playing. All right. Stop. All right. First of all, when you're getting ready to play harmonica, you want to wash your hands. You're going to be sticking your fingers into your face quite a bit, and so just make sure, especially if you teach somebody else how to play, that's one of the things you do before you get your harmonica out. Just go wash your hands. Next, brush your teeth. We will end up, everything that's in your mouth right now ends up in your harmonica, and then you have to clean it sooner. So you want to brush your teeth before you play. And then take a mouthful of water, rinse out your teeth, and make sure you have the least amount of weird stuff floating around in your face as possible. That way it doesn't end up in your harmonica and you have to clean the harmonica sooner. Next, make sure you're drinking a lot of water when you play. Having wet lips and a wet mouth is going to make playing so much easier. And I live out here in the western United States, and it's very dry here all of the time, and so I notice when I play I'm just going through lots and lots of water. I'm trying to keep myself hydrated. Next, when you're playing harmonica, don't sit like this cat. Sit up tall and pretty. You want to have your spine in perfect alignment with your neck and your head sitting on top of your spine. You want your back nice and straight. You probably don't want to lean up against the couch or the chair or whatever. Just make sure you're sitting up tall and pretty, because that will open up your lung capacity. And then as you breathe from your belly, that's where you want to breathe from, not from your lungs and not from your neck, but actually have your stomach going out for inhales and in for exhales. That's something that I learned early on from the instruction books is, man, you really want to use your belly to help you move air around. It'll make your air much higher quality to make better sounds. Next, gentle. Don't think of it as blowing and drawing. Think of it as inhaling and exhaling to get the amount, because you don't need a ton of air to run your harmonica. Most people, and I certainly did in the beginning, I'm pushing too hard. To get a single note, that's the big focus on here. You can get multiple notes just by covering lots of holes. That's a chord. It's lovely, but that's not how we play melody. To do melody, you have to get air into one single hole. Or to draw, same thing, using your pucker. And I notice that the longer I play, the further into my mouth the harmonica can be, because I'm using my kissing muscles. We call it the embouchure, are your kissing muscles inside of your mouth. Those muscles are used to help direct the air. That way you can put your harmonica further into your mouth, and really, in addition to puckering, you'll use those muscles on the interior of your mouth to direct the air a little bit. And you also use your tongue. Sometimes your tongue will be higher up in your mouth and lower in your mouth. Speaking of your tongue, between every note when you're first getting started, you say the word to. So at the end of one note, t, and to start the next note, and same with draws, t, t, right? And then we do that all between every single note in the beginning. Eventually you'll find notes that sound better when you slur them together, but for the most part, when you first start, just tap your tongue to the roof of your mouth in between each note, two, and it'll go better. Hold your harmonica just like I'm holding it here. Knuckle is right above hole number 4, and my thumb and my index finger on my left hand are nice and straight over the harmonica. It's not going anywhere. And then my right hand is used to make a sound chamber where you can open and close that and turn it into a wah-wah effect. Remember to move your hands back and forth, not your face back and forth. That just keeps your spine in alignment better. On the tablature, on all of the sheet music, you're going to see two things. You're going to see a 4, and that means blow through hole number 4. Exhale into hole number 4. -4 means draw or inhale on the -4. When we get to the chromatic harmonica, you'll also see some stars afterwards. So that the star means push the button in, and then you'll either blow or draw it that way. All of our sheet music is set up the same way. You have the chords on top. Those are useful for ukulele, banjo players, and guitar players, and piano players can also use those. Standard notation, that's the actual notes that you're playing, and underneath that, the lyrics. Usually when I'm playing a song, I'm hearing the lyrics in my head and worrying a little. The harmonica is going to take care of the note for me. I just want to make sure that it matches up with the lyrics. Harmonica Tablature, that's the one you're going to be reading. Ukulele Tablature and Guitar Tablature are also provided on almost all the songs, so that you can get together with other people and you're the harmonica player and you're in charge. So there's that. That's our how to play harmonica. Let me turn my computer back. There I am. I'm using 2 separate cameras these days, guys, because I'm practicing for the fall, well, really the summer, when we start doing some in-person and virtual seminars, and we'll probably need 2 cameras, so I'm trying to learn to use 2. I'm terrible at using 1, let alone 2, so I'm working at that. Hopefully I'm looking at you. All right, who managed to make it in today? Marcia's here, lots of website enhancements. Evelyn is here. Sound is good. You have more. I have more. I know Donna said I looked gray yesterday. It's always delightful when someone you love says, "You look gray." I am doing much better today. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Yeah, I thought I felt better yesterday than I did. It turns out it was pretty rough yesterday. So, but I do feel good today. Still, voice is still a little weird. I don't know if that's normal after these shots or not. But I talk too much anyway. Valerie is here. Hey, Val. Connie is also in from Denver, and Pauline in from Northern California. So good to see all you guys here. All right, let's talk about a few of the website enhancements that we've done. One is underneath today on the list, you see how to play harmonica mini lesson, which you just went through, and you know at the bottom of that same page are those slides are there on the website, so if you wanted to use those for something, you could. If you have any recommendations for enhancements to those slides, or slides that are not there that you'd like to see added into that little lesson, let me know. Underneath that, basically, when I thought about Diane putting her songbook together to teach her family, I thought, you know what, I should just have one so that Diane wouldn't have had to copy paste and do all that stuff. So I made one over the weekend, your official day one book, and if you will click on that, there's no reason to print it out or download it or anything, but it's got our page one stuff. It's got the how to play harmonica lesson on the front page. It talks a little bit about this day one harmonica book, along with the big book that we're building on the archive, or on the library page. It's got my email and web address so that they can find it. A scary copyright notice, which is, I feel like I'm supposed to put that on stuff. That's on the front cover of it. Then on page 2, you've got your major scales and your minor scales for diatonics, and that's usually where I start everybody. And then on that, and if you put this in if you print it out and put it in a 3-ring binder, this will lay out just perfectly for you. So you can print it out front and back, and then obviously the blue-haired girls on the cover, and then you turn the back of that's the scales, and then Kumbaya. And they're just in order of the way we play them every week. Kumbaya, Ode to Joy is a 2-pager. Simple Gifts is a 2-pager. When the Saints Go Marching In is a 2-pager. And then at the back cover would be You Are My Sunshine. So that way you don't have to create what Diane had to do, and so it's just done. Print it out, put it in a book, and give it to somebody. So hopefully that's helpful to you. I hope. It seems like a good thing to have. I think I'll just leave that sitting up there for our Monday lesson to remind you about it. We agreed. I don't know if we agreed. I decided at your behest that we don't need to do scales every day, but we should do them on Mondays, right? Because we might have some new players here. Today we're thinking of it as a Monday. So let's go ahead and play our C major scales. I did want to tell you, I was reading a book last night about notes that you would bend on the harmonica to get to your other notes. And one of the important ones is your bend on draw 3. You're actually, at some point, if you stick with diatonic along, you're going to need to be able to do it on hole 3, because hole 3, when you draw it, it's going to pull it down to an A note, which does not exist on your instrument. And so you'll see on the at the bottom, the written pitch note, there's a little snowflake above A, and it doesn't exist on your harmonica, but you can make it exist by drawing 3 and then bending down to that A. And I noticed in this harmonica book he had a bunch of arrangements for harmonica, and pretty consistently throughout it, he was just assuming you could draw hole number 3. And so I would say, if any of the holes you're working on with your meow sound, 3 and 4, you practice it on 4. If you can do it on 4, you should be able to do it on 3. And 3, drawing down on 3 may actually come up, because then it gives you all of the notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So you actually end up with a whole bottom octave that is missing right now that I don't use because it requires you to bend hole number 3. So there's something to be talking about just in terms of your goal setting. If you can bend hole number 3 down to the A note, you've got something going on there, and so that's why we want to continue to practice that. Good morning, Warren. Warren was late to guitar class, so he's coming to harmonica now. All right, let's give those give our diatonics. What am I trying to say here? Let's get our diatonic scale out and make this happen. Where is mine? All right, from the top, C major scale, and for those of you guys that are working on it, remember your meows. 1, 2, 3, 4. there's your draw 3. Maybe make that as one of your things to do at the end. Just do a draw 3. It will never sound exactly the same as a non-drawn note, but at least it makes it possible for you to get that note in there. It may allow you to arrange more songs onto this instrument than you might otherwise. Oh, Sandy's out on the road listening in. Hey, Sandy. Warren's truant a lot. It's also 4 o'clock in the morning in Australia, so we give Warren a little bit of slack on his attendance. A minor scale, let's knock that one out and warm up the high end of our harmonica. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, there's your scales. And guys, we decided we're not going to do those the rest of the week. So on Mondays we'll do those, and then we will skip them the rest of the week. Can you tell I took my shot yesterday? I'm out of air already. Let's go play Kumbaya. Those of you who are taking ukulele, you're going to be Kumbaya'd out today. I added Kumbaya. We've never done Kumbaya for ukulele, and so I took your arrangement, changed the key, and gave it to them. So you'll be doing it twice today if you're in ukulele. All right, from the top, let's do it 2 times through. That's plenty because we got to get to 2 more songs already today. From the top, 2 beat count in, 2 times through, blow 4. 1, 2. Very nice. Okay. And that make you feel good. Every day you do that, I feel like, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's going to make me happy. Then, for something totally different, let's go grab Beethoven's Ode to Joy. And guys, if you're teaching somebody to play, right, and you show them how to play a scale, they're going to mess it up, right, when they first start. That's fine. Teach them how to play Kumbaya. Just teach them to make sure those long notes are long. That's my big thing with Kumbaya. And then with Ode to Joy, it's almost entirely quarter notes. So with this one, it's just keeping going. If you make a mistake, you don't even care, right, and just keep moving forward. 2 times through. 4 beat count in and blow 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. A little Beethoven to start our day off. Let's go grab Amazing Grace today. That would be our song of the day. On Mondays, we'll have one diatonic and one chromatic. And then the rest of the week, we're going to have two diatonics and two chromatics. Okay, so we'll be going through the list more regularly. And which means one is going to be more important for me than ever to continue to post music for you guys. But the second is it gives you a chance to, if you get a song that you're fighting in the beginning, which I have on a regular basis, I'm playing a song and it's like, man, oh man, this song is really hard. And then I play it again in a couple of weeks, and then I play it again 4 weeks from then, and 6, about the third or fourth time through, it's not hard anymore, right? And so these songs will start to come up a little more often in our rotation, which is good and bad. You get the ones you hate come up more often, and you're like, I don't like that song. And then the ones that you love also come up more often. And theoretically, it means that you maybe will start to get a little bit better at all of them a little bit sooner. So we'll see. Don made it in. Don's really late. How was the second shot? It was pretty rough, Don. It was pretty rough. Not as bad as some people have had it, so I certainly am not complaining. But yeah, it was same thing that everybody says. Super achy, headaches, just feeling like I was walking around in a fog. I thought it was better than I was yesterday, but today I feel pretty good. So thanks for asking, Don. All right, Amazing Grace. You're supposed to play this 4 times through. We have never played it 4 times through, probably never will. It's really not a long song if you do it that way. And this song is high up on the harmonica, so a great chance to practice those high notes, remembering that as you are playing in the key of C, those high notes are pretty doggone high, and it again leads you to the recommendation that you also own a G harmonica, which is much lower in pitch and will make the song sound just a little bit more tolerant, a little more tolerable on your ears. Let's play it 2 times through, down, play down through 15, come back up, play down to the bottom, skipping measure 15, and Amazing Grace is super slow, right? And there is a potential, guys, when people find out you're a harmonica player, a lot of times when well, you've seen this song come up a lot, right? Comes up at a lot of funerals, comes up, and a lot of times when they're trying to do something reverential and very important, they'll use this song. Got used a lot during the recent presidential thing. So this song comes up a lot, so no reason not to be pretty good at it on harmonica, right? One of these days I'm going to add a chromatic line to this. Well, one of these days I'm going to add a chromatic line to all of the diatonic songs, but this one will be maybe first on the list. Let's give it a try. 1, 2. fighting that blow 9 up there a little bit. And when that happens, you just play, even if there's no sound coming out or weird sound coming out, you just play at the correct length and you move on. Your audience will forget that you were playing the wrong note, or not the wrong note, just nothing was coming out of your harmonica. You'd be like, yeah, nothing came out. I don't know why. All right, there we go. Amazing Grace. All right, let's talk about the smart ways to handle the chromatic scales going forward. For you guys who've been around a while. I think, since we're only going to do them once a week, that we might do ourselves a favor by trying from week to week to remember which ones we did. I do think there'll be a tendency to not do the harder ones, and so I think what I'll do going forward is we'll just do 2 this week, and then 2 more next week, and 2 more the next week, right? And so I'm going to put a little bracket around measures 1 and 2, meaning we've done those this week, and next week we'll do 3 and 4, and I'll try maybe to remember to put that on the website, and we'll see if that makes the most sense. I do think, hey Q, welcome in. I do feel like all of these are helpful. Probably the ones that are the most helpful are the more difficult ones, right? Because you really do have to pay attention and be focused and all of that as you're playing through each of them. So I think measures 1, you don't use any button. Measure 2, everything's a button. So though that's helpful on some level, just to make sure your harmonica is warmed up and you got all your blows and draws in order. But as you go down into the lower 4, boy, you've got to really be paying attention to when you push the button and not. And so I do think there's value in each of those systems. But this is too many scales to play all at once every week. So I think that's the way we'll handle it. Let you guys tell me otherwise. So this week let's do 1 and 2, and then we'll do 3 and 4 next week, and 5 and 6 the week after that. And then we'll start over. All right, from the top, measure 1 and measure 2. Ignore the repeats. Just play measure 1, then measure 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that nice? Very peaceful. I love those. All right. So this week, 1 and 2. Next week, 3 and 4. The week after that, 5 and 6. And then we'll, by then I may have some minor scales for us typed up and so on. So I'm going to try to get you all of them, 12 major scales and 12 minor scales. There's technically 24 minor scales, but I'm not positive we really need to do all of them. All right, there's that. And then finally today, gosh, this time goes so fast, you guys. Let's go grab Danny Boy. Remember, I have only one note on this entire piece of sheet music. Middle of measure 13, you're going to want to dump all your air because you got a whole bunch of draws. You got a whole bunch of draws leading into 13 and a whole bunch more draws coming out of 13. So right in the middle of 13, get your air out of your lungs because you're going to die otherwise. You'll pop. We don't want anybody to pop. We want you to thrive. All right, Danny boy, it's a 4-beat count in with a 1-beat rest. You're going to draw two buttons to get started. How often do we get to start with a button? And you're going to play all the way down through measure 17. I will point out at measure 17, we don't talk a ton about the standard notation here, but the standard notation here provides you with a fascinating thought. At measure 17, but if you, is not really how it's meant to be played. We've squished that 3 over the top of them, says it's a triplet, and so we're squishing 3 notes into the space where 2 notes are supposed to be. So if you'll notice, at measure 1, for example, those are regular quarter notes. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. But when we get to 17 and we're going to make that turnaround, they're triplets. So they're meant to be faster, a little more energetic. So instead of, but if you come, it's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait, make the note before that a little bit longer. It's going to be 2 beats, and then you're going to go kind of fast. But if you come, dum bum bum bum, and all the flowers dying. So when we get to measure 17, the first note in 17, full half note, and then play but if you a little bit faster. They're the same notes as measure 1, but they're meant to be, they're condensed, so you're supposed to play them a little bit faster. So that's what the sheet music's telling us, and for good reason, right? I think that's the main things to talk about. And I would say the only thing with this song that's pretty challenging is is measure 14. You get that super high note, but I'll be here. It's way up there. That's why most people can't sing Danny Boy, is that one note right there. I don't even try. But you'll be here. Right. All right. 4-beat count in, 1-beat rest, draw 2. Star. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. Sorry guys. Start at the pickup to measure 10. Let's start at measure 9. 1, 2. It's going to be a 3-beat count in, and then we'll start at measure 9. Start at the middle of measure 9. 3-beat count in, and then but come ye. All right, I didn't have my button. 1, 2, 3. There. I played that very iffy. Friday I get another chance to play that better. So there we go. There's the day. Almost took up the whole hour. Sorry, guys. You got 15 minutes to play harmonica on your own. Tomorrow, Simple Gifts and Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair. Then we're going to do 2 diatonics, and then Brahms Lullaby. I crammed Brahms Lullaby, Blue Moon, and well, actually, Brahms Lullaby is a. Is that also? Oh, I know what I'm doing. Duh. We're doing our regular morning warm-up, Simple Gifts, and then Black is the Color of My True Love's Hair and Brahms Lullaby. Those are your 2 diatonics for the day. Blue Moon and Fly Me to the Moon. I carried those over from last week. I figured we needed another shot at them for your chromatics tomorrow. Both beautiful, right? Then we have on Thursday, Saints Go Marching In as our daily warm-up, and then Buffalo Gals and Colorado Trail will be your diatonics, and Girl from Ipanema and Hedwig's theme. Yay! Harry Potter. Watched Harry Potter over the weekend again for the millionth time, and it was on TV. Girl from Ipanema is also world class, right? Dum ba bum 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 ba da da dum. And then on Fridays now we end up with a big long group of songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, a bunch, right? So we'll have lots of music going on, a little less instruction and a little bit more music. I think those of you guys who have been around a while are perfectly fine with that. And if you're newer, patience, right? All of us started off as pretty iffy players, and now we're getting pretty daggone good. And it's just a little bit of a journey, right? And we'll continue to sneak in and most of the instruction in on Mondays, and then have a little bit more music going on the rest of the week. I think that's what I know about today, guys. And so I hope you have a wonderful day. And that's all I have to say. Let's see, Q says around major 12, 13, why do we have such a long draw? It's just the way the music works out, Q. Yeah, every time we get to that space, you're like, oh man, that is so many draws in a row. It's not like there's not really a way to solve it, to work around it, unfortunately. There's going to be not a lot of songs, but there are going to be runs on certain songs where you have draw. And so just remember, make yourself a note in the middle of 13 to dump your air, because you're going to be, you come in at measure 12, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2 draws and a blow, then 2 more draws, 3 draws. You're going to want to make sure you have no air in your lungs when you start that run at measure in the middle of 13, because it's just the way music works out. They don't write on harmonica very often, right? They write it on a piano, they write it on a guitar, and then when we put it on harmonica, depending on which key it is and all that sort of thing, you can end up with multiple draws in a row, just because that's the way the music goes. And so we do have to strategize around those moments. It doesn't happen that often, but enough where you probably need to have a strategy. And my strategy is dump all of my air out in the middle of 13 so that I can finish up through 14 with some authority. So great question, Q. Thanks for asking. Evelyn, good to see you as always. Thanks. Don, good to see you, buddy. Pauline, you're welcome. And Marcia, thumbs up. Oh yeah, when you're checking out, if you're logged into the chat room, just hit the thumbs up. And I don't know what happens. And there we go. I'll see all you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.